Back, well, in light of the recent violence directed at foreign nationals in the country, the ANC has condemned the action, speaking out against the looting as criminality. Now, the ANC has also commended President Cyril Ramaphosa for taking a stand and sending out special envoys to various African countries to mend relations and apologise for the violent acts.
The SABC spoke to ANC Deputy Secretary General Jessie Duarte on the violence and a range of other policy issues taken by the ruling party.
We absolutely reject the notion that you solve a problem, any problem, through violent means. And we certainly reject the fact that South Africans and migrants feel unsafe in our country, and that just is not the way we had hoped things would measure itself out. It doesn't matter what you call it, actually. The difficulty we're having is we're all trying to find a phobia name for it, whether it's xenophobia or Afrophobia. It's violence. It's unmitigated, unprecedented violence. Unfortunately, it is peculiarly aimed at people of African origin. And it doesn't suggest that South Africans hate people from other parts of Africa, but it does suggest that there is a perception that has grown over years, that the reason we have joblessness in South Africa, which is completely incorrect, is because there are too many foreigners who come to the country and take our jobs, etc., etc. And the point that we really would like to make is that we made a policy decision as early as 1995 that the best option for us as an economy, as a country, was to open the doors of South Africa to migrants who would also contribute to our economy. And as things grew and other economies grew less able to sustain themselves and their own joblessness in our own region grew, the 90 days a year free visa movement of people turned into something quite different, where people come in on their 90-day visa and never leave. And hence they become what people term undocumented, which is a difficulty for all of us. And let me just say immediately, migration is not issues around migration is not a uniquely South African difficulty. It is global. It's throughout the world. It's how you manage it, how you deal with it, and how you make sure that people don't feel unwanted and unsafe in your country. And that is our position.
Okay. A statement issued by the ANC in response to the violence says, and I'm quoting now, the latest violence underscores the need for government that's in touch with its people.
Yes.
Is it not in touch with its people?
I think that the government, the point that the government needs to assist us with, and the state apparatus, including the Home Affairs, police, the army, all of those various institutions of government that deal with the security of our state and our country, need to accept one reality, that they need to work together. They need to work in an integrated manner. And one of the things that we found had really made South Africans very angry was when the police were pelted with stones on a particular day in downtown Johannesburg, which did say that it would seem as if the police weren't aware of the anger that the people had towards them as police. And the reason for that anger was the accusation that the police themselves were implicated in buying and selling goods that are not correctly brought into the country. And so, yes, that is what that statement is really referring to. If there was knowledge of that, if there was a proper understanding that not all is not well in downtown Johannesburg, that the people in downtown Johannesburg are particularly angry about a few things. And we met yesterday with all of the ANC structures from the inner city. Some of the things people were saying was that, you see, the state must defend us, the police must defend us, the state must defend vulnerable people, and that simply isn't happening. In fact, it's more, the accusation seems to lean towards an accusation.
As Zimbabweans await the burial of